back, ladies and gentlemen, to the WCG Grand Finals 2012 here in Kunshan, China. I'm Caldo, and with me is Toby Wan Kenobi.
That is right, we are back here. I could have myself a little bit of a break while you did your wonderful game of StarCraft 2, but now we do my wonderful game, which is Dota 2.
Did you get something to eat?
No, I was searching for something, and I was like, what's going to come back to me? And I'm like, I'm now depressed. I'm massively depressed in Dota 2, so I was no longer depressed. Because I'm going to get to see an amazing team play up. The draft has already happened. The players are already inside the game. Of course, we got ourselves some fun teams. A team, IG. A lot of people are a little bit questioning just how well they can play in this tournament. They are playing with a stand-in. Chuan not being allowed to play for the Chinese team.
How so?
He's from Malaysia. And he's part of the normally called lineup of IG players. So he's playing with Orange here in the competition instead. But they're playing over in Group B. IG is coming out of Group A. They're playing up against a team, though, DevilMice. DevilMice, a lot of people will know them from online competitions. They're actually playing a lot of competitions and decent level of play as well. But if you are looking to tier these guys up, you're looking at Tier A versus a Tier B team. And Tier B teams up against a Tier A team, especially a team like IG. It's not an easy thing. Again, with all these Chinese teams that we have in the Dota 2 competition, they're full of legends in every single right. And going up against them, not only is it going to be intimidation as far as what happens in the game, but just mentally, you're going up against people of this reputation.
So what do you expect for this team match in particular?
In this team matchup, you know what, I said in the last Dota 1 matchup, it was supposed to be insanely one-sided, and...
it wasn't really, was it?
It kind of was at the end of the day, but it was a false insecurity, and it was bad laning from LGD at the end of the day. It really should have been a lot stronger from them, and it just didn't come out to where it should have been. And they had to work their way back, work a lot harder than what they really probably thought they had to. So at the end of the day, it was just overconfidence from them. But now, IG, we'll see if they make the same mistake. Up against DevilMice, they're a team which they won't forget that mistake just as easily. Like, especially with the lineup they're running. It's a nice Disable-style lineup. They've got great support heroes. They've got, once again, Lone Druid appearing today. So they're going to be looking to destroy off these towers if they get the opportunity. And they're playing with Tinker, who we know is basically the king of stalling. Man, that little guy right there on your screen, Ferrari430, one of the most amazing players. I remember back in the days when he was solo mid Ancient Apparitions and was just taking absolute tournaments by storm. The Chinese teams, these players in particular, they are well known for crushing the spirits of almost every single team out there in the world that isn't Chinese. Chinese teams, they get used to the crushing effect.
So the foreigners pretty much get used to getting crushed and focusing on the rest of the group to get it out of there?
Yeah, that's the way. For people who follow StarCraft 2 or tuning into this, the best way to look at it is what Korea is to StarCraft, China is to Dota. It's the best way you can kind of analyze it. As far as the powerhouses go and as far as the teams go, as far as the development goes, it's just so far ahead for China. But the Europeans, they knuckle down, they fight hard too. But it's still not 100% the level that China is.
Yeah, we have kind of the same situation going on when it comes down to StarCraft 2. You have all these dream players. And of course, every now and then there are a few foreigners who can win a few games and might even win a tournament. But on the other hand, if you just look at rankings, there's always all the top 10 are down. Maybe with the exception of maybe Stefano, but even if you count him in, Korea just dominates the picture.
We're now looking at the boys from Belarus, so DevilMice. A lot of these people, they won't actually know who the hell these guys are.
And talking about the Belarus players, man, we just saw one of the StarCraft players from Belarus doing really well against the Korean. Talking about your upsets, we had Yonghwa lose to Lowly, and Lowly played really well. So the team of Belarus, with a little bit of momentum going on here for them.
No, who knows? Maybe it might be transferred over to their Dota 2 team. Have ourselves a magical, wonderful game.
Crowley just slowly stepping into the booth to one of the Dota 2 players and being like, hey buddy, listen up, I'm on the road here. I'm going to play a game now. And he's like, what? No, you don't.
It's fine. Like Mineski Korea, they're pulling in StarCraft 2 players select. Yeah, no problem, man. Come on in, play Dota 2. Everyone's getting into it these days.
How did you guys think about select switching to Dota 2? Was that something that you welcomed, or?
It's one of those things where he has to prove himself. Like, if you're switching games, that's fine for you, but you don't get the kind of respect in the community until you actually perform at a decent level. So like, he's got a lot to kind of prove in this. Like, we know he was a Dota player before, but it's not one of those guys that you would write home to your parents about. But this time around, maybe he will be. Maybe his time in StarCraft 2 has developed his skills. maybe they haven't, and we'll see him feed. But, but it's all about waiting for the options and what's going to happen. And guys, no longer waiting. We're going to get ourselves inside the game. All right, we're back here and inside the game for the World Cyber Games 2012 Grand Final in Kuchan, China.
Yep, here we are with the IG versus DevilMice. I'm Caldo, and with me is Toby Wan. And Toby, you're actually the first caster who really started with Dota 2, weren't you?
Yes. Well, there was a bunch of us that did it. And oh man, I liking this from DevilMice already, but it's going to come to absolutely nothing because IG are nowhere to be found for this. But at least they're trying to be aggressive. I applaud them for that. But yeah, I was actually one of the first guys in Dota 2. There was a lot of guys, well actually weren't actually many of us that used to cast Dota 1 back in the days for English casts. It's like you have to go back into Invalid Cola. Luminous was doing some stuff, but that was mainly guides and such. And then yeah, Dota 2 kicked in and the casters are starting to come out. So we've got like a bevy of beautiful casters coming out for the English world.
Both of them just trying to find an early kill here.
No, it's really, really smart here from IG as well as DevilMice. The problem is they're too smart for their own goods. So we're currently looking at a wonderful girl who's now embarrassed. But we're also looking at DevilMice trying to go inside the Radiant jungle. They're looking for a first blood to start with because they've got good heroes that are able to disable and really gank down hard. But they can't find anything because IG, they're also looking for the same. They've got some good burst damage themselves. So that's what they're trying to achieve coming out from this game. And, well, it's just one of these things that you go, well, I run to your jungle, you run to my jungle. Where do we really go from here? Is it possible for us to be in each other's jungles? You know what? Yeah, it is. You can move yourself down. I mean, not a problem at all. So let's actually look at our lanes, guys, as well as that draft. The summary of what I was talking about, which was nothing. We've got one Dire Ward who's already planted in behind the Tier 1 tower in the bottom lane for the Radiant side, and then up towards the top lane, we've got ourselves a Radiant Ward planted behind the Dire tower. So we're looking pretty closely at what's happening around. Got a funny feeling we've got a little bit of technical issues with a bit of frame rate loss, but hopefully they're going to work on that one too. And welcome back, Aldo.
Yeah, I just was talking a little bit about they had to fix one of the things with the observing here, and I just gave the referee that we have here at the stage a bit of idea because yeah, I don't think he really knew what was up. But yeah, you pointed out a few things earlier, and I'm just trying to fix them here.
Fantastic.
But one of the things I'm really interested in, we had the picks of the heroes earlier, and can you explain to us in detail a little bit what your thoughts were when you saw those picks?
As far as the hero picks go, we basically look at the second pickup on IG's side, and we're already looking at a hero who just cannot be stopped these days. Mag is such an amazing kind of guy. Reverse polarity, with that ultimate, you pull everybody into one location, and then all hell breaks loose. And they're going to couple it up with a supporting Sven, a hero which has been used in so many hard carry kind of situations, just because with a lot of farm, or even with just a decent amount of farm, he's able to completely and utterly destroy any kind of team. Add a bit of crit to it, and using that cleave ability, it's even the situation. Remember the DreamHack Grand Final? Wow, really is taking that low. He's really putting himself in the lines to get that early bottle. But it's just a lineup that has a lot of nukage, a lot of control when it comes to team fights as well, and also great control of the lanes between Coddle. And now this should be our first blood. CH is eating its way through right now, and Joe, he was inside the tower. There goes the first stun. Nice Ice Blast's going to hold him away, and the Coddle Blast almost enough damage. The K, in fact, maybe the Luna. 4 HP he went down to. This is the extension we normally see from Chinese teams that just baffles the mind.
That was kind of crazy. I certainly expected first blood to drop there.
Yeah, it should have. It really, really should have. But they came from two great plays. First was the Ice Path coming out from Jakiro. You both the support heroes. We're going to have to run up through the trees to try and get close enough to do the final bit of damage to bring down the Undying. Unfortunately, Luna didn't really have it. He needed the Coddle Blast behind it, and he needed Sven to follow up with a right click. And it was basically one right click away from bringing down the Undying. Yeah. But at the end of the day, lock off of Ice Path. That's why Jakiro is one of the best support heroes in the game right now. Or maybe they'll go for a little bit more. Is it going to be a nightmare? This is the setup. Then into Ice Path. They go to Dual Breath. Joe's in a lot of trouble. And Luna, nice man, Stumblers not going to buy him the space they need. And he'll go down as well. Double kill going to go the way of DevilMice. They're off to a great start in this top lane.
Yeah, once again, we have the Asian team actually falling a little bit behind. We had the same thing in the last thing. What are you looking at?
Oh, it's just
Toby with a really confused expression on his face.
I'm wondering if it's actually just us that's losing the frame rate. Hopefully it's okay for everybody in the live stream. It could just be what's coming to us, so we won't care about it. We'll just move on. Absolutely nothing. So we did a 0-2. IG's top lane. This is a risky lane for the man. This is a really, really risky lane for them because you're running a Luna, and Luna is one of these heroes that basically left the competitive scene because she just took too much damage very early on. Very easy to kill, very easy to dive. And now they're trying to run it in a very aggressive tri-lane up on the top, which is they're going up against Bane as well as a Jakiro, and that's a lot of lockdown. You got Nightmare, you got Ice Path, all these things work against you on this top lane. You just can't work out a good position to get into. And they're trying to control this top lane by pulling the creeps out, but that actually works against them in the end, Caldor. Because all they got to do is like, oh, our creep wave pushes on the tier 1 tower, and they can dive like they did before. But it's just a lot of heavy reliance that this Undying will live, that he'll get these decays off. And we see him even leveling up Tombstone a little bit more than anything else, and you can't look at that and go, well, is he expecting a team fight? Is he looking for something to go even more? I would love to see the CS of that middle lane, because right now Ferrari, it looks like he's dominating it.
IG's playing pretty cautious here down there.
Yeah, well, it's one of these lanes that they can't nail. They can't nail anybody on DevilMice unless they catch just one hero out of position, because you're going to have Jakiro's Ice Path, because you're going to have a Nightmare from Bane. You got all these problems for you that just you can't dive this team. You can't dive these two support heroes unless you've already got them low. And I suppose that is probably their advantage right now. Undying forced to use his sound to get himself back up again, and better from Coddle. Popped off a Coddle Blast, using that Illuminate through the trees, cancelling off the sound, so Undying doesn't get back to where he wants to be.
IG really wants to position themselves here for a kill, don't they? I mean, they're sneaking up behind the woods right now, trying to find a blind spot where they can actually just blindside one of their opponent's teams. Yeah,
and they're almost finding it too. The Illumina Blast throwing out, they know the pull is happening. When the creep wave changes on the lane, you know the pull is happening. So you Coddle Blast, you do damage to these supports, and bit by bit you're going to whittle away at their consumables, and they won't have this amazing heal. I love too that YYF is the solo bottom mag. We've been talking about Mag as being that amazing kind of hero, which he is, especially when you get himself some levels as well as some farm. And at this point, sitting on 25 for 7, that's actually not too shabby for him. That's really not too shabby at all. Oh, middle lane, that could be a first blood Tinker. Brewmaster, you hit level 6, you do not stay there.
Tinker goes down, and therefore we have now the first kill for IG.
Yeah, that was beautiful play from Ferrari. He waited his time out. He knows Tinker's going to get some levels. The biggest key point for Tinker is making sure that once he gets those BTs, he controls the map everywhere. Let off 4 levels of Marksman Cheese and just keep coming in and out all the time, because your level 6 ability, which you normally get a little bit later on, is your rearm, and that lets you put all of your abilities as well as some item cooldowns back to 0. So you can spam your abilities, but you require a high mana pool and you need good maneuverability. But you've got to know when Brewmaster pops that ultimate, you have to split, because he will split. And then you've got a stun following up, you've got a tornado thing, and that's going to buy enough time for another stunner. And then you've got your Fire Pen, who's always also your damage dealer. And he can pop it off at any time. And easy solo kills is his ultimate. If he's going 1v1, once you hit that level 6, once he is at level 6, you've got to play so much more defensively.
Talking a second about the game that we saw earlier when we had Dota All-Stars as the first
wonderful! Absolutely poetry in motion. No effort whatsoever. Lucent Beam, Sven Stun, Coddle Blast. What more do you need, man? What more do you need? And now this top lane is it's been working so well for Undying, but Undying goes down, and IG, they'll force the point. Go with that Warcry, bonus armor, no one wants to come in close, or maybe Undying does. He's going to TP back in towards the mix, just to save this tier 1 tower, which is almost in deny range. But the second that's gone, this big fortification again, Lucent Beam and the Coddle Blast, dropping Bane down to such low life, and because he's doing it from range, he's got nothing. He's got absolutely nothing to brain sap. He can't get that instant life back again. So it's just a problem for him that he kind of wants IG to come in close, but they're so great at taking from range, and now there's trouble. Great Ice Path, a little bit too far out. Sven comes in, gets only one stun. Nice little move there from the Bane Elemental. Moved himself a little bit further away from the Jakiro, so he didn't get stunned. But the Tombstone were wasted entirely. They thought they were going to get this kill. Now it's on the sidelines. Coddle Blast, Lucent Beam again. Perfect focusing. The Sorin will maybe keep this Jakiro up for an extra second. But that second is over, and now he's dead. And Undying forced to retreat back past where his tier 1 tower was. And there's your mini stun coming out from the Lucid Beam. Sven, he's got no mana for his stun. But Brewmaster, they're trying to force him into the trees. He didn't come down far enough. And there's just no drop. And little Lucid Beam, Nightmare, holding this man back out again. But it's just one to the next to the next. Ferrari rotates quickly. Didn't need to be there at the end of the day, but they thought they can give him an easy kill. And this is now going to be the time when DevilMice got to worry about that top lane. Ferrari rotates up. Tinker, he's not even caring the fact that Tinker's got some more space. Like, he's still got 1,000 gold before he's going to hit those BTs. And until that time comes, you're going to lose that tier 2 tower on the top lane because it's just going to be diving. And you can't do anything about it. Maybe they can kill off Faith right now. Or he's something for the Nightmare. Then into the cold, into the Ice Path. Dual Breath as well. Faith, 4-stick charge up his sleeve, but he knew he was going to die, so may as well hold on to them. And this is just going to be that nice little scenario. Actually, it looks like Lone Druid also going down. Tinker's going to die in the middle lane. Brewmaster already off cooldown. So Ferrari, again, dominates that middle lane. He's having himself a great time. And Tinker's got 32 for 8, 9 minutes in. That's not the CS point he wants to be sitting at. And Joe, in the meantime, on the top lane, he doesn't really care too much. Bane's got nothing. He's got 1 death, 1 assist. Not looking magical. And, well, Luna just lapping it up. And this Undying, this combination just isn't working.
Dire's middle
this combination is not working at all.
There's one question when we compare this a little bit to Dota All-Stars. What do you think are the big differences when you now have Dota 2? What does that bring to the table, except for the better graphics?
Apart from the better graphics, it's actually an well, what's the way, customizable wise. As far as to control your hero, every item slot, there's no like war keys you have to use, which like in Dota 1 you have to use your numpad to control off all your item slots. Your legacy keys, we call them. You can use those if you want to in Dota 2, but you can also use QWER if you want to. It's just a lot simpler to use. As far as spectators go, we love it because we've got access to every single stat in a non-invasive way, which makes it absolutely beautiful. But as far as players go, it's just things that make life simple. And also the fact that you never have to save because it saves every single minute automatically. That's also beautiful. You never lose a game. All your settings, or anything, everything is beautifully customizable.
How much do you think these options will actually influence esports for mobile games in general?
As far as it goes, like we've already seen it start to influence, like things like the team banners being involved inside of games. It's always been that big talk. Remember that summit the DreamHack had? They were talking about just how important it is to give the some kind of return inside the game. And everything you can customize that way as far as teams' logo, sponsors, things like this. And it's bringing esports into what is a casual scene. That's the beauty of it.
Do we actually see this customizing right now in the game? Because so far I don't think I picked any of that up.
Both teams have their profiles turned off. Surprisingly, because both teams I know have profiles. They can display it. It will appear up on the top of the screen and you can see everything there. But yeah, both teams have it turned off.
I would have at least expected, to try to represent the country a little bit with that.
No, I would expect the same thing, but maybe it's just the fact the teams just didn't turn it on, or World Cyber Games not 100% sure about what exactly that does, because this is the first time that World Cyber Games have brought Dota 2 into their fold, and there's a lot of things which are new and different and changing around.
What kind is the skill set that is actually involved in playing mobile games? Because there are a lot of people right now watching that might not be that familiar with mobiles and rather stick to the RTS. We just had StarCraft 2 before that. So if you just try to explain what exactly is the skill set that you need in controlling this hero, because that's kind of the one criticism that always happens if you have RTS players talking about mobile games. You control only one unit. How hard can it be?
Yeah, it's a very, very different mindset. And also, just for those guys out there, when you've got your hello, bottom initiation, there's that blink, and then the skewer in, YYF. He doesn't even need his ultimate for this one. He's just walking over that low to the bottom lane. And this is not what should be happening at all. But the damage is there, and the entire IG side is down here on the bottom lane too. This will be both Tier 1 and Tier 2 tower if IG so decide to force it, which I'm pretty sure they will. But back to your question, man. Also, I know a lot of Dota players, they like to refer to it as the art genre. Action RTS is the way we like to refer to it. MOBA was an invention by League of Legends just to help people try and understand what the genre is. So most Dota players like to refer to it as RTS. ARTS. As far as your skill set goes for this one, you're kind of going to think of it this way. Imagine watching a first-person shooter. You are an individual on a map, but you've got to work with every single member of your team. So you can be absolutely amazing. You can control your player absolutely perfectly. But without your team, you are nothing. because there's always going to be a weakness in your lineup, and that's where the skill set kind of changes. Like as an individual, you can pull off some amazing things, but it's such close attention to detail you need with every single hero movement. One step can lose your entire team a game with one step. And then,
can we take as an example? Sorry to interrupt you here, but that, for example, your teammate, you missed one of the stuns. We had a Fissures earlier in Dota in Dota All Stars, and of course a lot of those skills transition into Dota 2. So you kind of miss one of your Fissures. You don't stun your opponent, you don't trap him. So suddenly, is that what you mean with one step?
Yeah. One stun can change it. One stun or even one step. You move out of position, you get stunned out of position, then your entire team will have a choice. They either leave you for dead and just say, okay, we're going to lose this one, let's not lose any more, or the entire team, which will normally happen, will jump into the back of it, and goodbye, maybe Tinker the brawl, not there in time. He was really lucky to get out of that one, J4.
Cutting that one close.
Yeah. And I'm wondering too if Brewmaster even has Drunken Brawler leveled up. There's your Ice Path, just trying to delay this middle lane, but this is IG forcing it the way they love to do it. No one can stop this push. We're 14 minutes in, and there's only one Tier 2 tower remaining on the top lane.
Yeah, we saw Ferrari already doing a really good. You pointed him out even before the game and said to keep a close eye on him. And so far, he really lives up to the expectations, didn't he?
Yeah, he's one of those players that never really lets you down, and we saw him in the middle lane that, like, I kind of felt like it was going his way, and then Tinker, you see him with BTs and bottom with 14 minutes in. That's not too bad for him, but everything's been given over to the rest of IG, and there's a blink on YYF! Skewery Mount, Shockwave as well. Conoblast didn't hit the Soul Ring, will keep J4 alive, and maybe YYF's gone a little bit too far. These zombies, real pain in the ass to run yourself away from, and there's a lot of support coming in from DevilMice. Nightmare looking from Bane or even Fiend's Grip. He's now level 7, so he's got 4 points up in that Brain Tap. It's a good nuke, and combine it with the Fiend's Grip, that's something which also goes through BKB and lock down any kind of hero. Problem is channeling yourself, and Bane's walking around with very low life. So living through this is difficult, especially when you know there's a double initiation already. You've got to come out from a Blink Dagger on Mag and a Blink Dagger up on the Brewmaster, and life is hell then.
Top tower is under attack.
And this is going to be there's the Blink in. Missing that line, and then Coddle Blast pushes the creep wave back. There's a little bit of damage to supports. J4 is going to come in, but he already comes a skewer to the face, and the creep wave is dead for the dire side.
And DevilMice are really under a lot of pressure. I mean, they lost so many towers already, and now suddenly they're pushing into the third.
Yeah, this is like a tough point for them to try and hold. There's that blink in, and already with the hit, and this is going to be the death already. The Undying gets the elusive beams. They're flying down from the Luna. So much damage onto the heroes. Fiend's Grip trying to slow this down. YYF is forced to hold in place, and he's going to be the only one to go down in this one. Buyback already from the Undying, so we're looking at 4 years of DevilMice. Ferrari 4-3-0. Those Brewlings going all throughout the engagement. Now they're coming up from Lone Drawn. He's the hardest one to bring down with 1,600 life points, but they're on his tail. There's the spin stun. Right click, and it's going to be another kill. Buyback from the Mag. He wanted to join this fight, and then on the Bane Elemental, puts the Naga up to Ferrari. He's on the position, but Shockwave by YYF. Oh, that's a little bit off target. Lit up for the blink, and then tried to skewer him back in again. And this would be a triple kill for Ferrari 4-3-0. And this is the entire team wipe. And DevilMice also calling out the fact there's lagging. And I 100% agree, man. This is lagging like hell. But hopefully it doesn't remain.
Under attack.
To be honest, on the other hand, this is something that will definitely affect both teams, not only one.
Oh yeah, definitely. It's so difficult to get that kind of timing right too. Like something like that from YYF where he blinked in and missed a skewer. That's something he would never do. Like it's very difficult to miss a skewer like that. But just the blink in the wrong position, then a slow transition into your ability. It does cause you some kind of problems. So we go 15 for 5. And we go a little bit further down. It's going to be Faith and Ferrari just farming up. Wondering too when we're going to transition to different lanes, because I'm watching Tinker on that bottom lane on the mini-map right now, trying to push it out. But he's got to be careful because Sven is making his movement down towards that bottom lane. And this is the problem when DevilMice can find themselves in a position where even 20 minutes in, you can push the base, because Tinker gets caught out in the lane. And he has to too. You BT out and you TP to a unit, and that unit more than likely is going to be on the front lines, and that's when the rest of the team can pounce on you. That's when IG will look to pounce, because you'll have YYF running towards the mix. You'll have Brewmaster. You'll have Luna can be there as well. One loose and beam. You got a mini stun on the back of that one, and the TP is cancelled. And these early stages of a Tinker, you don't have enough mana to rearm again. You're already rearming using your Soul Ring to get your mana back again, so you can TP back to base in time. these are the things that you need to have working. But IG, they've got some good disablers, and I love this from Coddle too. Vitality booster coming up on top of the mech. Even bringing down Coddle, bringing down the support heroes of IG is next to impossible. And this damage dealer is missing.
They just don't get out of their corner, do they?
No. But this is also a great play by IG because they took out all the towers before the 20-minute mark. Every outer tower is gone. So IG, Roshan, very easy for them. They've already got a ward up next to the secret shop as well. They're ready for what's coming in. So IG, easy to take this one out. And they are already, I don't know if they're actually stacking up the overpower just yet. There's overpower up on Luna. So that's, or the power, sorry. So it's enough damage from Joe that he's easily able to do a huge chunk. Sells one of his items and then picks up the Aegis the Immortal. And this is going to be their push. Probably going to be their push to end all pushes. Almost every single ulti is up apart from Sven. And that's not really essential for them. Mag getting his initiation is essential. They can push in, take the towers. I know Tinker's out in the top lane right now. And it looks like DevilMice trying to use Tinker as bait. We've got Bane just off to the side. So maybe it is going to be bait. But this is dangerous for J4. He can TP back to base, but he's going to be pretty well man when he does so. So he has to TP back into his well and then come to defend the fight. And if IG decide to initiate before that and they get one pick off, even more trouble. And Coddle Blast, a little bit of missed timing. I think he actually thought someone else was going to come up and... Whoa! Don't be there! YYF even brings in one more for the party! And Lone Druid is his bear that's there! If they kill him the bear, they'll take him out. They do so as well. 2 heroes on this place. Macropire, entire team wipe. And this will be mid-ranks and possibly even GG 20 minutes in.
What was that?
That was caught out of position. Lone Druid, for no apparent reason, was trying to walk back in past the entire IG side. And it could be just because he didn't have vision. It could have been that, but it could have also been a brain fart. And this has been mid-racks. Going up against a Tinker, you might feel like you got a little bit more, but if IG, Joe, they might just try and force this a little bit more. They popped all their ultimates to go in just then. Every single one to win that fight, but they don't care. Because you got Warcry, you got such a big bonus up. Faith can always do a large chunk of damage to DevilMice, and if DevilMice chase, this is the worst thing they can do. They kind of want pickoffs, but YYF, if he grabs one with Skewer, then it's the advantage going back the way of IG again. They'll turn into a 4v5. And there it is. There's that one pickoff. And it's the Tinker. Worst one they could have. His Martial Machines is the cover fire that lets them fight inside. And look, I would be crying as well. I would be crying as well. What did that mechanical man really deserve to die just then? And we can go in again. There's no reason why they can't jump in again. Blink Dagger will be off cooldown. No reverse polarities. Up doesn't matter. It's Skewer. That's all he wants. That's the repositioning ability that just destroys everything.
And as long as they find all the units to the top left and suddenly the mid lane is completely unprotected and all these units are streaming, they're keeping doing damage.
Oh, Ferrari and YYF. They thought it was the moment. They both were at the same time. Slightly out of position, but they're enjoying it. Coddle Blast, Shockwave, Tower's gone, and you're 100% right, man. This mid just keeps on pushing in, and someone has to go down, deal with it. And now, look at the bounce through. There's your pickup and Skewer. A little bit higher up, but he looks like he misses the Bane. He wanted the Bane, but Luna is going to lap this one. Ice Path, Bear on the front lines. Joe being slowed down. The Entangle is there on Sven. And then the Feed Strip too. Whoa! Bane started off and then cancelled himself from doing it. I think the elusive beam from Luna ended up flying out and him slowing that one down. And this is just a horrible, horrible time. Maybe with the Martial Machines and Tinker Rockets they can slowly hold it off. But trying to time that Coddle Blast, do a little bit of damage to the supports. Whoever wants to come in, not going to work. No one really coming in. They want to like beat down this Rax while the middle lane's in. Oh, big blink in. YYF, skew them out, and it's going to be, oh man, horrible times. Lone Druid's gone down. Jakira already picked off. Bane's running away, and Ferrari's there. He tries to lob the smoke trick, but it's not going to work for him. Too many are there. And as the entire team wipe, top Rax to go down, and this will be a 23-minute GG. Because there's no reason at all for IG to fall back unless they think about another Roshan. But that's not much of a reason.
Why would you do that at this point?
Security. Only reason. We take the Artosis quote. Once you're ahead, get further ahead. But IG, once you're ahead, they want to basically put the opponent into oblivion. Nice Ice Path and Macropire here, but then just an easy follow-up from YYF. mid-tier 4 towers to go down. That opens up the fortress, and then it'll be all she wrote, man.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
And at least DevilMice are trying to put on a bit of a show for the main stage. But this is IG, and people might be questioning if they're going to be strong enough. And coming through Group A, it is the easier group of them all. But it is just one of those things that you get an easy group, things start showing up in the semi-finals, and IG, they're all looking strong. You got good sound picks, and oh my! YYF takes the whole kit and caboodle out the window. Oh man.
Is under attack.
And even the band goes down. GG! GG, well played. Not even 24 minutes on the board, 31-5. And IG looking stronger than ever. Even without Chuan. Which was the fear, Caldor. It was the fear that without Chuan, IG would not perform.
Well, I think they did. They managed just.
Yeah, only just. But DevilMice, they're nowhere near the level you're going to see for the teams coming out from Group B. And that's only against DevilMice. That's just something that they've got to... that they know themselves. That's why they tried